Is low confidence stopping you from starting your own business? Have you ever wondered how some people just seem to be able to push ahead with starting a business before they're really ready, or before they feel confident that it's going to work out, or maybe even before they have a solid business plan? In this video, I'll be sharing my own confidence building setup, the things I do, have done, and would do again so that I could build my confidence as I went, and so that I could start my business before I felt totally ready to be an entrepreneur. When I first started out, I was so underconfident that posting a picture of my holidays on social media terrified me, and I couldn't stop thinking about what other people thought of me. So I was nowhere near ready to start my own business. But I wanted it badly enough to change some things and to make it happen. And no matter where you're starting from, you can absolutely get there too. I'll also share the best piece of advice I ever got, something that completely shifted my approach to creating that freedom I so badly wanted. It's Mary Kate here from The Freedom You Deserve. Each week I share lessons I learned over 10 years building my confidence to finally start my first business, so that you can learn faster and create a balanced life that's exciting, meaningful, and more authentically you. The first thing, and the biggest thing, to set yourself up for a confident and fulfilling life is to be authentic. We hear all the time, just be yourself. But if you've grown up being told, don't do that, you should do this, it's surprisingly easy to lose sight of who we really are when fitting in isn't the top priority, and just being ourselves can feel like the hardest thing in the world. I mean, I love drinking coffee, but I really tried hard to start a business and to get excited about selling Italian coffee pots, but I just wasn't excited about it, and after a while I gave up. Starting a business is hard work, so if you don't feel excited about it, it just won't be rewarding enough to stay with it. You can build a tailored business that suits who you really are and meets the real passions and desires that you have for your life. A business that excites you every day. And if you can do that, then why would you want to build a business that's not authentic and not exciting? To truly embrace your authenticity, self-reflection is key. Take some time to ask yourself some deep, meaningful questions. Who am I really? What do I truly value? What makes me feel alive and passionate? This reflection helps you strip away the expectations of others and reconnect with what genuinely matters to you. Without this inner work, it's just too easy to build a life or a business that doesn't reflect who you truly are at your core. We'll dive much deeper into aligning your new business and your entire life, frankly, with your authentic self in my brand new upcoming program. But for now, start thinking about how embracing your true self could lead to a more fulfilling and confident life. It really comes down to just one question. How good are you willing to let your life get? The second key to building confidence is to focus on micro commitments and stacking new habits on top of what you already do to record wins and create momentum. These tiny actions help you to build trust in yourself, and self-trust is the real foundation for lasting confidence. By consistently following through on these small commitments, you start to build a track record of success and prove to yourself that you can set goals and achieve them, no matter how small they are. These repeated successes build up, and they build self-trust because you begin to see yourself as someone who honors your word with yourself. You might already be someone who does what you tell other people you'll do, but this is the most important kind of integrity you can have, integrity with yourself. Habit stacking takes this a little further and allows you to get more micro commitments in by adding the new habits to the things you already do. For example, I want to work on improving my balance. So when I brush my teeth, I stand on one leg and move the other one around as wide and far as I can. I also really want to connect with people when I'm on a call. So I stand for calls instead of sitting, and that really small change has improved the quality of my calls so much. This process can seem a little slow at first, but these tiny consistent actions compound over time and lead to significant personal growth and a deep sense of self-assurance. Start by choosing just one small action you can commit to each day and see how it starts to transform your self-trust. And finally, the third thing that you can do to build confidence and shift your mindset is to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. A successful entrepreneur needs to have gratitude for the good things and the bad things that happen. They also need to choose to have a positive attitude, to see problems as opportunities, and take responsibility for the outcomes of everything that happens in business and in your life. If something goes wrong in your business, you've probably created that somehow, but either way, you're responsible for fixing it. So the sooner you take responsibility for that problem and work on improving the situation, the quicker you'll achieve the result that you actually want. There are lots of managers and business owners who blame factors outside of themselves when things go wrong. But the business owner and their attitude are what's responsible for the processes and culture of a company. If you've ever worked somewhere where the blame game is always playing or nobody really cares, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Start each day by listing 3 things that you're grateful for, even before you get out of bed, and end each day with 3 more things that happened during the day that you're grateful for too. I keep a journal beside my bed, but I also use my phone. It really doesn't matter where you record it, as long as you have somewhere that you can look back on later to see how good your life has been lately, so that when that one day comes up and you feel like your life is just always so crap, you can see that it's not. This simple practice can help you change your approach to challenges, helping you see them as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks, helping you to see that your life isn't a constant struggle and that there are things to be grateful for even on the hardest days, even in the biggest problems. All of these things help you to reconnect with yourself more authentically too. But embracing authenticity isn't just about feeling good, it's about laying a foundation for a business that deeply resonates with who you are. To recap, my top 3 things to set you up for a confident and fulfilling life as an entrepreneur are embracing authenticity and learning how to just be yourself by aligning your actions with the happiest version of yourself, making micro commitments and following through to deepen your self-trust and integrity with yourself, cultivating an attitude of gratitude and realizing that the sooner you take responsibility when things go wrong, the sooner you can get the results that you do want. Now, before I share that golden nugget of advice I mentioned earlier, I want to answer a question I've been getting a lot. How did I go from being absolutely terrified of failure and of other people's judgment to building my confidence and finally starting my first business? And how can you know when you're on the right track so that you can feel confident about starting your first business and that it will actually give you the life that you want? Well, you've probably figured out by now that being true to yourself is the most important thing. And that's why I've decided to create a brand new program that shows you the exact steps to take. How to get the clarity you need to stop overthinking, to stop worrying what other people think, and to truly prepare yourself for entrepreneurship. This program is designed to help you align your business with your unique version of freedom and create a life that's passionate, meaningful, and so completely and authentically you. If you want to be the first notified about any release updates, you can join the priority waitlist through the link in the description below this episode. Only those on the waitlist will get early access and exclusive insights into the program. Okay, so here it is, the best piece of advice I ever got. And when I tell you, it will seem so obvious. But if you're somebody who's always asking other people for their opinion about what you should do, or if you like to talk out your ideas to get other people's thoughts on them, but often find yourself disappointed by these conversations, the advice I have for you is don't take advice from people who don't have what you want. Now, this might seem a little harsh at first, but let me explain why it's so powerful. People can only give you advice based on their experiences, their beliefs, their fears. If someone believes that starting a business is risky and that it's better to stick with a safe job, their advice will reflect that belief naturally. They're not trying to hold you back, that's just their perspective. If you see starting a business as your path to freedom, fulfillment, and living life on your terms, then taking advice from someone to stay in a job you hate that sucks your soul dry isn't a smart move. Asking the wrong people for advice is like asking someone for directions to a place they've never been. They can only guide you based on what they know. And if they don't really understand where you want to go, their advice will probably lead you off course. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to others at all or that their experience isn't of any value. It just means that you need to be selective about whose advice you take to heart. And if you struggle to go against someone's advice, maybe somebody close to you, even when you know it's not the right advice for you, maybe start by being more selective about who you ask for advice in the first place. Seek out mentors, role models, communities of people who do have what you want, who've walked the path that you're on, who understand your vision of success and what freedom can look like for you. Their guidance will be aligned with where you want to go, and they'll be able to offer valuable lessons they've learned along the way and insights that resonate with your goals and values. I've done this myself, and this is why communities like this exist. It really is worthwhile to join them and learn from the experiences of others. Don't forget to join the waitlist if you want to know more about my upcoming program. Be mindful of whose advice you choose to follow and just make sure that it aligns with the life that you truly want to create. I'd be grateful if you could please like this video and subscribe before you go, and I will be back with another episode next week.